Ah, I don't want that song in my head.
Lincoln's venerable
I know
town
what you're
car
going to play. I
full-size
don't want that
sedan
song in my head.
continues into
Okay, well then we won't play
2009,
it.
providing
Yeah.
motorists an upscale.
It's already there. Now I can
Now
hear it.
she's upset because she listens to the program.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does. We talked to her earlier in the show.
Oh, that's different. Very different.
Mm.
And by the way, last time I said that on the air, he sent me a text that was not very nice.
Would Gene not have liked it?
He would not. He would not have liked it. In fact, that's the last thing he said to me. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is not for Gene's eyes.
Nope.
No, sir.
All right, that's coming up. Gary and Shannon will continue this morning. Amy Kate, what's up?
20-year-old man's been arrested in Irvine for allegedly assaulting a flight attendant on a trip from New York City to Johnny Airport in Cheyenne on the flight last Wednesday had to be diverted to Denver. The Supreme Court's listening to arguments about the Texas abortion law. The court previously declined to put the law on hold, but fast-tracked today's oral argument. The law bans most abortions in the state after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Crippling supply chain issues have begun to crush the wine industry. The problem isn't the grapes, but the bottles. Industry insiders say they can't get glass from China, which is going to drive prices up. The price of gas and shipping is also driving the cost of your Cabernet up. Got some trouble on the 5 next.
Hey, it's Gary. Medicare annual enrollment is here, and it's time to keep your Medicare moving forward with SCAN Health Plan. SCAN is a comprehensive Medicare Advantage plan with new cost-saving benefits. Plans for 2022 may include $125 monthly give-back, lower out-of-pocket costs, more included dental coverage, and more. To learn more, call SCAN Health Plan at 1-855-479-7226, TTY 711, or ask your local agent about SCAN. Call SCAN to see if you qualify. SCAN Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in SCAN Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Cloudy with highs in the 60s and 70s. Sunny with highs in the 60s at the beaches, mid to upper 70s tomorrow. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. Crash in San Juan Capistrano on the 5.
Northbound side of the 5 at Ortega Highway, where the 3 left lanes are shut down with this crash. Things are really jammed up coming away from Camino Los Ramblas. As you're getting through Boyle Heights, eastbound side of the 10, right there at the 5, that's where you got emergency Caltrans work in the far right lane, so things are pretty slow coming away from Alameda. Also a pretty heavy ride on the 101 South coming out of Sherman Oaks from Woodman to the 134, and again delays coming away from Melrose to the 110. And if you're heading into the Upland area, westbound side of the 10, just beyond Mountain Avenue, got a crash in the far right lane, and things are jammed up leading Ontario from Vineyard. KFI in the sky hopes get you there faster. I'm Jay.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Right now at Wendy's, see why everyone is raving about their brand new fries. Natural cut, skin on with a hint of sea salt and guaranteed to be hot and crispy or they'll replace them. You know, the way fries should be. Try Wendy's guaranteed hot and crispy fries today at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Rates subject to change without notice. Minimum loan amount requirements apply. 60% loan to value and 740 FICO credit score. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. NMLS 3290. Loans made or arranged pursuant to a California Finance Lenders Law license number 6036970. Equal housing lender.
Unbelievable. Home loan rates have dropped again at IntelliLoan. Today, IntelliLoan is offering a 1.875% rate in APR with no points and no lender fees. Did you hear that? A 1.875%. Don't think you qualify? I bet you haven't called IntelliLoan. You don't have to have perfect credit to get this great home loan. So lock in this unbelievably low 1.875% fixed rate in APR with no points and no lender fees. So call IntelliLoan before the rates go up. Call them at 1-800-918-6200. That's 1-800-918-6200. Or just go to IntelliLoan.com.
IntelliLoan. Borrow smart.
Avoid the gridlock of having to sort through hundreds of resumes to find great people. Indeed's hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. To find your next great hire, visit Indeed.com/credit.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated, and divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone, but you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's California area attorneys. 1455 Tracy Road, Suite 500, San Diego, California, 92108. CordellCordell.com.
In 2007, Marine First Lieutenant Travis Maney was killed in Iraq after saving his wounded teammates. Travis's legacy lives on through the words he spoke before his final deployment. If not me, then who? Words that today fuel the spirit of Travis Manion Foundation. And through TMF, these words can live in you too. Show the world what you're made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at travismanion.org.
Advanced Hair Restoration is now offering $250 off and 250 free hair grafts for the same simple one-day treatment I received. Their standard of care always exceeds CDC guidelines, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. Call 844-333-HAIR or go to advancedhair.com.
This is Leland Smith, owner of Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, and AC. You might find this hard to believe, but the thing that makes me the happiest is when my customers' heaters don't break down. That's right, we love not fixing heaters. We're first and foremost a maintenance company. We catch problems before they happen, when they're tiny and inexpensive. We only charge $88 for a comprehensive precision tune-up and professional cleaning, and our goal is to catch every single problem and make your heater last longer and run more efficiently. That's why we even guarantee our tune-ups. If your unit breaks down this season, we'll refund your $88 to credit it towards the repair. That's how serious we are about not fixing heaters. Call Service Champions right now to schedule your $88 tune-up at 833-777-7777 or find us online at servicechampions.com. Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, AC, and good for free.
Hey, I'm billion-dollar broker Ryan Serhant, and I'm here to tell you that my very, very popular and successful podcast, Big Money Energy, is returning for Season 2 on October 25th, so subscribe now. Season 2 features conversations with some of the smartest people in the world, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, Ben Baller, Rebecca Minkoff, Jenny Fleiss, and more. Listen to Big Money Energy on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, for the past 10 years, you have generously given to Katerina's Club, raising millions of dollars and hundreds of tons of food. But here's the thing about hunger. It doesn't end with one meal. The kids still need to eat every day. And KFI remains committed to keeping those children fed. Pastathon 2021, our 11th annual, is coming soon. Join us on Giving Tuesday, November 30th on KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Old Dusty. Gary Shannon, KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. If they only knew.
I made the mistake of going in there.
I know.
Yeah, that is your fault, Jacob.
I should have just stayed over here.
Yeah, you made your bed.
I did.
Elon Musk says, show me the proof and I'll pay up. He was responding to comments by the director of the UN's World Food Program. He repeated a call last week following a tweet earlier this month that asked billionaires like Elon Musk to step up now on a one-time basis. He specifically called for action from Elon Musk and from Jeff Bezos. He said $6 billion, a check for $6 billion with a B, would keep 42 million people from dying. And he said, I could describe on this Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion would solve world hunger. Elon Musk said, if you do that, I will sell Tesla stock right now, and I'll write you a check for $6 billion. He hasn't yet. You haven't seen it yet. But
There are a lot of headlines making nationwide news about something that happened in Inglewood over the weekend. But before we tell you about that, how about your chance at $1,000?
KFI has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword WORK, W-O-R-K, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WORK to 200-200.
if you win, they will call you. You do have to answer the phone if they call you to pick up that $1,000. If you do not pick it up, they'll move on to somebody who does. Give them $1,000. You can listen every weekday for your chance to win $1,000, 20 minutes after the hour, between 5:20 in the morning, 7:20 at night. It was Inglewood facing off against Morningside. high school that made all the headlines nationwide.
Also in Inglewood. This was a total mismatch. Inglewood led 59-0 after the first quarter. There are 7 students, 7 players who have committed to colleges, including the quarterback for Inglewood.
He's committed not just to play in college, he's committed to UCLA.
Justin Martin is his name, threw 13 touchdown passes in this game.
That seems like a lot.
Now, here's my problem. You know, I understand the mercy rule, and the ref should probably have called it, right? There's a number of adults by name only that were there at that game on Friday night that should have pulled the plug on this thing. Parents should have pleaded with the coach. The refs should have realized that this was ridiculous. All of it. Like, there should have been somebody that stood up and was a real adult and said, what are we doing here?
Well, and not even just the hurt feelings. That's diminishing what was going on. It's not just the look of a team coming in and blowing out another team. A score like that shows me this was not a safe thing.
It's a safety issue. Those kids had no business playing against each other.
This is a college team lining up against a high school team, or a high school team lining up against a junior high team. This was not safe. And 59-0 after the first quarter. I'm not saying that the coach at Morningside should have thrown in the towel and say, we are not going to play the rest of this game, although that was an option to protect his players. There had to be some acknowledgement on the Inglewood side. This is not, it's not even good practice for his team.
No, it's not. And the reason I bring up Justin Martin, the quarterback committed to UCLA, is if I'm Justin's parents, I'm pissed off. What the hell are you doing?
He played the entire game.
My kid in that whole game.
Imagine
it could be a freak injury. He doesn't even need to be facing, an edge rusher who's going to do him damage, because obviously there was no damage done here. But
he steps wrong and tears an ACL.
Exactly. And for what? For what?
Like you said, 7 Inglewood players committed to play college ball. The Morningside players met the coach for the first time a week prior to the season. So this is I guess you would say, a rebuilding program at the very least. In fact, he referenced the other great football teams in Southern California and said, go play St. John Bosco, go play Mater Dei.
Yeah.
The Inglewood Unified School District oversees both of these schools, said it was saddened beyond words by the events of this game. Again, 106-0. The CIF Southern Section reprimanded Inglewood High, saying a score of 106-0 does not represent the ideals of good sportsmanship.
Well, this coach has got to go. Obviously, the kids are talented on their own. His name's Milvon James. Apparently, he was in the NFL for a blink of an eye. I think never saw a game, but was on a practice squad for the Browns at one point. He apparently coached another high school in L.A., but was fired in the 2016 season for using ineligible players.
Yeah, that team had to forfeit every win that they racked up. Again, the guy's name is Milvon James. I haven't seen any comments that he's made since then. His Twitter account is pretty quiet. But just about every high-profile sports figure or sports commentator has come out, caught on to this story. Dick Vitale, as a matter of fact, who's recovering from cancer, of all things, sees this story and it blasts the coach for Inglewood for coming out and doing this. And then the most interesting part is the people were saying Dick Vitale was going after the wrong coach. That the coach of Morningside that was getting blown out of the water had a responsibility to throw in the towel, to quit in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an option, but I don't think that's the lesson that needs to be learned here. Is it?
They should have called the mercy rule. I don't know. I don't know what this looks like, but if my kids are out there and I'm the coach and I'm in charge of their safety and their parents entrust me with their children, and they're getting beat up 59-0 after the first quarter, maybe at halftime you have a conversation. You say, hey, this isn't quitting. Sometimes in life, you just got to take care of your chickens.
Yeah. You
You gotta take care
you
of...
take your lumps, but you get out of there so you don't end up taking all the lumps.
Right.
I mean, how many officials are in a high school football game? 5 or 6? I mean, it's not a full contingent, but there's got to be somebody on that field who says,
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's not after the first quarter, after the first half, you just say, listen,
You gotta call it.
we shouldn't be doing this anymore.
Right. But I mean, this coach goes beyond classless. I mean, there's something wrong with him in the mental. I'm trying to get all of Marshawn Lynch's advice out there. You got to get your mentals right. You got to get your chickens. Get the rest of it.
When we come back, we're going to do Mixtape Monday. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. Back at it after the COVID. We'll talk with Matt Wolf when we come back to Gary and Shannon.
Amy King has the news. American Airlines canceled more than 1,800 flights since Friday. ABC's Mona Kosar-Abdi says the airline is blaming staffing and weather issues at its busiest hub in Dallas-Fort Worth.
American Airlines says it is looking forward to the holiday travel season by hiring at least 600 new flight attendants by the end of the year. The company is also hiring more pilots and reservation agents.
28 American flights were canceled yesterday at LAX. There have been more cancellations today by both American and Southwest Airlines. Southwest is investigating one of its pilots for saying a phrase on the plane's PA system that's become a stand-in for insulting President Biden. The pilot said, "Let's go, Brandon," on a flight Friday from Houston to Albuquerque. Some of the passengers gasped. News brought to you by 800 No Cuffs. A group of JPL employees has gathered in Pasadena to protest the COVID-19 vaccine mandate for federal contractors.
The small group held signs as people driving by honked their horns in support. This woman who works for JPL says the group is one of 12 NASA centers protesting the mandate.
We're not against vaccines. We think that the vaccine is great. We are happy the vaccine is out. We're just asking that we get the right to choose.
Employees say they must be vaccinated by December 8th. They say if they aren't, they face a 6-week suspension, which could ultimately lead to them losing their job if they don't get vaccinated while they're suspended. In Pasadena, Blake Trolley, KFI News.
LA Mayor Garcetti's announced more than 1,000 cities and governments have joined a worldwide campaign to fight climate change. The goal is to reach net zero emissions in the cities and governments by 2050 and to cut their share of global emissions in half by 2030. Garcetti made the announcement at the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Glasgow, Scotland. The Oxford Dictionary's word of the year is vax. It's, of course, short for vaccine. It comes as many people around the world have rolled up their sleeves to get a coronavirus vaccine. The dictionary noted various other terms emerged from the word, including fully vaxxed. Exciting. Crash in Studio City on the 101.
Stop outside of the 101 right before you get to the 134. Everything just moved to the right shoulder, but it's going to be a pretty slow ride coming away from Woodman, and then delays up ahead coming out of Hollywood from Melrose over to the 110 freeway. Things are going to slow both directions on the 405, getting to Culver City in between that Howard Hughes Parkway and Santa Monica Boulevard. Also looking at a slow ride 605 north coming out of Norwalk from the 105 after Rose Hills as you're getting into Pico Rivera. Southbound side of the 5 at Ortega Highway in San Juan. Earlier crash here at Pearson Way, so things are still pretty slow as you're coming away from about Camino Las Ramblas. KFI in the South get you there faster. I'm Jay Williams.
San Manuel Casino is changing its name and changing the game. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel, with 2 new casino floors, now with over 6,500 slots, the most in the West. A new high-limit room for 5 elevated gaming experiences, new luxury retail shops, restaurants and bars, and even more thrills to come. Experience a level of thrill that California has never seen before. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Details at yamaba.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
Southland weather from KFI, mostly cloudy this afternoon, highs in the low to mid-60s at the beaches, mid-60s to mid-70s inland. We'll be back to sunny skies tomorrow, highs to be in the mid-60s at the coast, low to mid-70s for metro LA and inland OC, low to upper 70s for the valleys and IE, warming into the 70s to low 80s for inland areas Wednesday through Friday. These lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Amy King.
Tonight on the CW, 4,400 people disappeared. Something strange is going on. And when they returned,
I thought green light and suddenly I was here. We apparently traveled through time.
everything changed.
There's no real explanation. We're just consistent with reporting today's real encounter.
Your sex, know your power, and own your gift. The all-new series 4,400 following All American tonight on the CW.
Starting at 2 o'clock on KCLA 5 with CW.
All this week,
Move over milk. Now there's almond, oat, hemp, and plant milk. It's utterly confusing. Join KPLA's Lynette Romero as she goes to farms and factories.
Wow, I mean, it was eye-opening for me.
To find out just how healthy these products are for you and your family.
You see people putting it into their cereal, people drinking it as a beverage.
How good or bad for the environment. Watch the Dairy Dilemma all this week on KPLA 5 News at 5 p.m. LA's very own.
With record low interest rates, is it still wise to pay off your home, or has it become unwise? Wall Street says money never sleeps. Well, your home equity is in a coma. It's earning zero. Record low interest rates have created enormous opportunities for homeowners to borrow equity and move into alternative investments. It may have made a lot of sense when interest rates are 6 or 8% to make it your highest priority to pay your home off. But with these record low rates, it's no longer wise. It's a timeless understanding that buying low and selling high is the way to gain wealth. How about borrowing low and investing in higher returns? Call HMS Capital today. With their razor-sharp interest rates, they're confident they're going to earn your business. No appraisal fees, no application fee. So phone them up right away. 833-255-5698. 833-255-5698. That's 833-255-5698. Or visit hmscapital.com.
HMS Capital Funding is a BDO funding and finance criminal academy of HMS Capital Funding and finance
There's red, blue, and then there's you. You're a free thinker and believe the best idea should win, no matter whose idea that is. At KFI AM 640, we give you all the news you need and a variety of opinions, and you make up your own mind. Beholden to no one. Live, local, and independent. KFI AM 640 is made for independent thinkers like you.
Gift or no gift, I am just as special as the rest of my world. Therefore, you must be in denial.
The picture of that is what's going to be the problem. Jerry and Shannon, KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
That is too funny.
West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin wavering over supporting the president's policy package, the $1.7 trillion social spending package. He said today, time to vote on the infrastructure bill first. Democrats wanted a signal from him that he's going to be supportive of the bigger one, but his press conference at the Capitol, that's not what he got him. He said, you got to quit holding hostage this smaller bill, the infrastructure bill, as negotiations continue on the bigger one.
Elon Musk says he will sell $6 billion worth of Tesla stock and donate it to the United Nations Food Agency if it could show how the money would solve world hunger.
You know he does.
Fascinating.
Beginning next year, iPhone users who are in car accidents could have their phone dial 911 automatically. Apple said they want to roll out a product feature called crash detection on iPhones and Apple Watches. Would use data from the sensors that are built into those devices, including the accelerometer, to detect a car accident, for instance, by measuring a sudden spike in gravity or G-forces on impact, and then call for help for you. So,
Well, the stars
Now
were
well
out
into
at the
its
Rock
first
and Roll
generation.
Hall of Fame induction, and covering this for us now is Matt Wolf. That's where we kick off our Mixtape Monday.
What's up, girl? You know, it's Mixtape Monday, right? So I made you this special mix just for you.